Hayden Panettiere sparked a wave of concern and curiosity when she was recently seen moving through Los Angeles using crutches while spending time with her ex-boyfriend, Brian Hickerson. The sight immediately caught the attention of fans, paparazzi, and celebrity news outlets because it wasn't just the crutches that raised questions, it was also the surprising presence of Hickerson by her side. For many people who have followed Hayden's complicated personal life over the years, seeing the two together again instantly reopened an old chapter that many believed had already closed. The moment happened during a recent outing in Los Angeles, where photographers captured Hayden carefully making her way through the airport while leaning on crutches for support. She appeared calm, but clearly cautious with each step. Brian Hickerson walked beside her, carrying luggage and assisting as they moved through the terminal. The images quickly spread online, and almost immediately fans began asking two questions. Why is Hayden Panettiere on crutches, and why is she with Brian Hickerson again? Hayden herself addressed the first question shortly after the photos surfaced. According to the actress, she is currently dealing with a painful issue involving her lower back. She revealed that she has been suffering from pinched nerves, a condition that can make even basic movement extremely uncomfortable. When nerves in the spine are compressed by surrounding tissues, such as bones, discs, or muscles, it can cause sharp pain, numbness, or weakness. In Hayden's case, the discomfort became serious enough that walking normally became difficult, which is why she temporarily needs crutches to relieve pressure and help her move safely while her body heals. For anyone who has experienced nerve pain, the situation can be incredibly frustrating. The pain often radiates from the lower back into the hips or legs, making every step feel unstable. Doctors usually recommend rest, reduced physical activity, and sometimes physical therapy to allow the nerve to recover. For someone like Hayden, whose career involves travel, events, and filming schedules, being forced to slow down can be especially challenging. But while the crutches explained her physical condition, the appearance of Brian Hickerson beside her added another layer to the story. Their relationship has been one of the most controversial and complicated chapters of Hayden's personal life. Fans who saw the photos immediately remembered the troubled history between the two, and many wondered whether the pair had quietly rekindled their romance. Hayden Panettiere and Brian Hickerson were first linked romantically back in 2018. At the time, Hayden was navigating an extremely difficult period in her life. After years in the spotlight, she had openly spoken about her struggles with addiction to alcohol and prescription medication. She had also been going through major changes in her personal life, including the end of her long-term relationship with Ukrainian boxing champion Vladimir Klitschko, with whom she shares a daughter. During that vulnerable time, Hickerson entered her life, and the relationship quickly became intense. In the beginning, the couple was frequently spotted together in Los Angeles and Nashville. However, their relationship soon became the subject of troubling headlines. In May 2019, Hickerson was arrested after an alleged domestic violence incident involving Hayden. The case shocked fans and drew significant media attention. Authorities placed a protective order in place, and the situation raised serious concerns about Hayden's safety and well-being. Although the legal process unfolded over time, the incident left a lasting impression on the public. Prosecutors accused him of multiple incidents involving Hayden, and the legal consequences were severe. In 2021, Hickerson ultimately pleaded no contest to felony charges of injuring a partner. He was sentenced to jail time and required to participate in domestic violence classes. For many observers, that chapter seemed like the definitive end of their relationship. Fans expressed strong opinions online, urging Hayden to stay away from him permanently. Others expressed sympathy for the complex emotional dynamics that often exist in relationships marked by conflict and abuse. Yet, despite everything that happened, the connection between Hayden and Brian never fully disappeared. Over the years, there have been several moments when the two were seen together again, sparking renewed speculation about their relationship status. Sometimes they appeared to be completely apart, while at other times they were spotted spending time together again, leaving fans confused about what was really happening behind the scenes. In interviews, Hayden has spoken candidly about the complicated nature of that connection. She has acknowledged that emotions can linger even after painful experiences, and that people can sometimes remain part of each other's lives in unexpected ways. She has also emphasized that accountability and personal growth are essential if relationships are ever going to move forward after serious mistakes. At one point, she explained that any continued connection with Hickerson depended on him demonstrating genuine change. She made it clear that she did not excuse past behavior, but she also believed that people can take responsibility and work toward becoming better versions of themselves. That perspective has divided public opinion. Some fans admire Hayden's willingness to believe in personal redemption, while others worry that reconnecting with someone who hurt her in the past could be risky. Every time the two are seen together again, those debates quickly reappear online. The recent sighting at the airport reignited those conversations almost instantly. Social media filled with comments from people expressing concern, curiosity, and sometimes frustration. Some fans simply focused on Hayden's health, hoping she recovers quickly from the nerve pain. Others zeroed in on Hickerson's presence, questioning why he was there and what role he currently plays in her life. Sources close to the situation have suggested that the two are not necessarily romantically involved right now, and that they may simply be maintaining a friendship. Given their long history and shared experiences, it's possible that they have remained in contact even when they were not dating. For Hayden, the past few years have been filled with emotional challenges that go far beyond her relationship history. One of the most devastating events came with the sudden death of her younger brother, Jansen Panettiere. Jansen, who was also an actor and artist, passed away unexpectedly at the age of 28 due to complications related to an undiagnosed heart condition. His death sent shockwaves through the entertainment world and left Hayden completely heartbroken. The siblings had always shared a close bond, and losing him was a life-altering tragedy. In interviews following his death, Hayden spoke openly about the depth of her grief. She described Jansen as not only her brother, but also one of her closest friends and biggest supporters. The loss left a massive emotional hole in her life, and she admitted that coping with the grief was incredibly difficult. During that period, Hayden stepped away from public appearances for a time to focus on healing and spending time with family. When she eventually returned to the spotlight, fans could see the emotional weight she had been carrying, yet many also admired her strength in continuing to move forward despite such an unimaginable loss. Professionally, Hayden has been working to rebuild her career and reconnect with audiences who grew up watching her on screen. Her return to the role of Kirby Reed in the Scream franchise was a major moment for fans who had long hoped to see the character come back. The performance reminded viewers of the talent and charisma that first made Hayden a star. Beyond acting, she has also been working on telling her own story. Hayden has revealed that she has been writing a memoir that will explore many of the difficult experiences she has faced over the years. According to her, the book will address everything from her childhood in the entertainment industry to her struggles with addiction, her complicated relationships, and the devastating loss of her brother. She has described the project as deeply personal and emotionally intense. Writing about those experiences has forced her to revisit some painful memories, but she believes sharing the truth of her journey could help others who are dealing with similar struggles. The memoir is expected to reveal sides of her life that the public has never fully understood. For someone who grew up in front of cameras and headlines, telling her own story in her own words may be one of the most empowering steps she can take. Meanwhile, the current situation with her back injury is hopefully just a temporary setback. Pinched nerves, while painful, often improve with proper care and time. Doctors typically recommend rest, physical therapy, and avoiding activities that strain the spine. The crutches Hayden is using are likely a precaution to prevent further aggravating the nerve while it heals. For fans, seeing her on crutches was a reminder that celebrities, despite their glamorous lives, deal with the same physical struggles and health issues as anyone else. Injuries and chronic pain can affect anyone, regardless of fame. What truly captured people's attention, however, was the image of Hayden moving slowly through the airport while someone from her complicated past walked beside her. It was a moment that seemed to symbolize how messy and unpredictable life can be. For years, Hayden Panettiere's life story has unfolded in the public eye, from her early days as a child actress to her breakout success in television, to her struggles with addiction, to her attempts at rebuilding her life. She has experienced many of the highs and lows that come with fame. Through it all, one thing has remained consistent: her resilience. Time and again, she has faced difficult situations and found ways to keep moving forward, even when the path ahead wasn't clear. Right now, that path includes recovering from a painful nerve condition and navigating a personal life that continues to attract public attention. Whether Brian Hickerson remains a friend, becomes something more again, or eventually disappears from her story entirely is something only time will reveal. What matters most at this moment is that Hayden appears to be focusing on her health and taking the necessary steps to recover. Using crutches may slow her down temporarily, but it's also a sign that she is listening to her body and giving herself the support she needs to heal. Fans around the world are watching closely, hoping to see her regain her strength and continue rebuilding both her personal life and career. After everything she has been through, many people simply want to see her happy, healthy, and surrounded by people who truly care about her well-being. And if there's one thing Hayden Panettiere's journey has shown, it's that her story is far from over. Life continues to throw challenges her way, but she keeps finding ways to stand back up and move forward, even if sometimes that means doing it with the help of a pair of crutches. Make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more celebrity updates just like this.